Today, I'm going to show you how to create Evil Sea Queen Ursula's Mermaid to Human potion. Okay, so to make Ursula's Mermaid to Human potion, you will need 1 glass bottle, and I chose one that is kind of a simple shape, because if you look at all the bottles that come out of Ursula's cabinet when she's making the potion, they're all kind of a basic shape. They're either kind of triangle shaped or round shaped or, just something like this. So that's the kind of bottle I went with, but feel free to use any type of shape you would like. We will need some alcohol. So this is isopropyl alcohol, also known as rubbing alcohol. It's all basically the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's 70 or 90%, but the alcohol ends up holding up better than water. Water will eventually evaporate kind of weird and gets a little slimy because you don't know what else they have in the water. So the alcohol is a pure product that we can put in there, and it will keep it from getting yucky on the inside. We will need some jute twine. We will need a funnel for filling. We are going to use 2 different types of acrylic paint here, and this is the water-based acrylic. This is the color shift in the purple. It kind of goes from a purple to a blue, and I really liked that it kind of reminded me of Ursula's colors. And then we're going to use a light gold, both of which are metallic. That's really important. Make sure they're metallic so then that way it has the mica in there. We are going to use a shell like Ursula's, so this is kind of like a snail type shell, so just get the largest one you can find. If you can find one on the beach, it's even better because it's free. We will need a paintbrush, a hot glue gun, and I am using a gold glue stick with mine, but feel free to use whatever color or clear, and then you can also use a marker to color in your clear glue if need be. We are going to need some LED lights. Now, these are usually found in the floral section of your craft store by like where they'd have supplies for weddings or corsages, anything like that. But this is the one we're going to use today. It's battery operated, and it is turned on and off by a little pull tab down here. Once the battery does die, it will be unusable anymore, but for as infrequently as I plan on having mine on, this will be perfect. But any type of the little LED light should work for you. And finally, we will need our label printed on sticker paper, and the link for this is in the description down below. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our shell and we are going to paint it gold. And I don't want to do a heavy coat of the gold paint on there because I want it to still see all of the little lines and details of the shell. I just want it to have a gold appearance so it looks closer to Ursula's necklace that she holds Ariel's voice in. Okay, so while this dries, we're going to go ahead and do the rest of our potion. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fill up our bottle with alcohol, and I'm just going to use a funnel to help fill it in a little bit, so then that way it doesn't go all over the place. And once we fill it, then we're going to go ahead and add our paint. And as you can see, we get a really great swirling effect with the mica that's in this color shift paint. Okay, so from here I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of jute twine right around the neck of the bottle. Okay, so once we get our jute twine around the top here, we're going to go ahead and add our glue. And I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to go all the way around the edge, and then I'm actually going to go all over the top. So anytime you do an alcohol-based potion, it's best if you use a rubber stopper or a glass stopper other than cork, unless you're going to encapsulate the whole thing. So we are going to encapsulate our entire cork stopper here, so it won't be a fire starter, because you actually can make a really great fire starter with cork and alcohol. So since ours will be completely encapsulated, it will be completely safe. One thing you can do if you don't like how one of your drips is blobbed, potentially, if you have a heat gun that I know I've used in a couple other videos, like this one, you actually can use the heat gun to kind of help, while the glue is still hot, for it to help get it to drip off in the direction you'd like this. And as you can see, it just kind of helps it get a better drip, and then you can still control it, because you can just take the heat away and it will stop the dripping, and then it'll dry like normal. So that is a way that you can kind of help smooth out some of your drips, or get them to potentially go down a little further if it seems like it's blobbing up because maybe your glue gun wasn't as hot at that point. Okay, so as you can see, at this point we have all of our drips and the top all done in the glue, so our cork is completely encapsulated. So now we're going to go ahead and add our shell element. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, now that our shell is all dry, is we are going to take our little lights, and we are going to kind of put them all in one direction, so that way they'll be able to swirl inside the shell. And once we get them to kind of swirl like that, we're going to go ahead and turn them on. And again, all you do is pull the little tab down here, and that turns them all on. And we're going to then put them inside of our shell. Like that. Okay, so the important thing about how our lights are in here is that the tab is accessible. So when we glue our shell on the top, it's really important that we make sure that this tab is able to be pulled in and out still. That way we can turn the lights on and off. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my shell and making sure to keep my clear plastic piece up, and I'm going to glue it right here onto our bottle. Okay, so now that my shell is glued on, I'm actually going to glue my light flat onto this, so then that way, and I'll kind of cover this up with some of the glue, that way I can still pull this in and out to turn it on and off, but the mechanism won't be as visible. Okay, so now that our mechanism is all glued in place, then we've got our lights in our shell on the top of our bottle. So let's go ahead and put our label on. Okay, so now that we have our embellishing done on our bottle, we're going to go ahead and take our label that's printed on sticker paper, and we're going to go ahead and put this on the front of our bottle. And there you have it, Evil Sea Queen Ursula's Mermaid to Human potion, with the shell on the top that has Ariel's voice. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.